VIP event. When Love Me had their VIP event. I do help women upgrade their beauty regimen and then, of course, make money online from posting on social media. And of course, I am a hair extension specialist and a wig maker as well. So for this class today, well, tonight, we're going to be going over how to color your own wigs at home. I know during the last live, you guys were asking about that. So finally, Love Me just said, you know what, let's just go ahead and do it. As far as the products that you'll need, I like to use like a 613 wig. If you don't have a 613, you can still use like the natural color. The only difference would be the type of products that you would use. So if you do have a 613 wig, you'll have whatever color that you want. So today I'm working with, the brand is called 𝐏𝐚𝐥, and it is a 5C, which is more of like a kind of like an auburn color because I did start the process of coloring the wig. Since we only have an hour for the class, I'm like, let me dye the back and then I'll show y'all how to like really dye the front and how to make sure like you don't get any dye on your lace. So you need the color, you'll need developer, a color brush, a bowl, and of course gloves. Right, so let me just close this out. All right, so like I said, I already started. Can you guys see? Good. Okay, cool. Let me open up the chat so I don't miss anything from y'all. Okay. So I already started dyeing the back. As y'all can see, the color's already processing. I wasn't sure if I would like it, but now that it's processed, I'm like, this color looks really, really good. So it's more of like an auburn color. I am going to mix my color up now. If you do go with this brand, I am going to let you know it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which basically means, I believe this is 3 ounces. So you'll use the full tube, and then you'll use 3 ounces of the developer as well. I've been doing this a long time, so I can pretty much just eyeball it and know how much I need. But if you do choose to do this on your own, you can buy a scale from Amazon and you can just weigh out your color and weigh out your developer. So this is what I have in the bowl. Hopefully y'all can see. Yeah, the color is so pretty. I don't think I've ever done a color like this, so I'm really excited to see like how it's gonna look. And this is the developer, same brand. I like to use the same brand developer as the color that I'm using. And I'm just gonna mix it up. Very simple. It's my first time working with this brand. I can say that it mixes very well without me having to like really like blend the color with the developer. So again, when you do decide to color like your own wig, you can definitely go with this brand, which is 𝐏𝐚𝐥. I got it from the pro store, but I did see it on Amazon. Amazon has everything. If I'm out of frame or you can't see what I'm doing, just let me know. Has anybody ever dyed one of their own wigs? Yeah, Amazon. I mean, Amazon is my friend, but then again, it's also my enemy because I spend so much of my time and my money on Amazon. It's getting out of hand, especially now you can get stuff the same day. Okay, if you've never dyed your wig, you definitely want to be tuning in. And if you have, what would you say it's like the hardest part of dyeing like your own wig? Tried dyeing it and it didn't work out. So when you tried to dye it, like what happened? Moving fast enough. Were you bleaching it or were you just like dyeing it a color? Because if you're working with bleach, yes, you have to work very fast. If you're a beginner, I do not suggest you use any type of bleach. So let's say you wanted to start with like a natural, like the typical 1B wigs, you wouldn't use this. L'Oreal does have a line, it's called L'Oreal for dark hair. So basically you can go from dark brown, natural black hair to auburn, red, magenta. They have cool brown, they have blondes, and it's a one process thing. So you don't have to like pre-bleach the wig. You can just mix up the color with the developer and put it directly on the wig. Right, I couldn't get the color to come up. Wasn't bleaching. I used high color and developer. What volume did you use? Because I've used it and I use it with a 40 or 30 volume and it lifted like amazingly. But I'm gonna start dyeing. So when I do color any of my wigs, I like to be very, very, very thorough. So I get it all the way up to the track and then I brush downward. Take your time. You don't have to rush because after a while, this color will stop processing. So you won't cause any like damage. But again, I like to be very thorough. I get it completely like on the track and even on like the actual wig cap. I don't want to see any hints of blonde. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Does the lace get dyed as well? How do you correct it? So if you do get any type of like color on your lace, you can use bleach. So mix like a little bit of the powder bleach with some developer and dab it in that one spot, whether it's with like a color brush or like a Q-tip, and it'll come off. They also have like little wipies that you can use. It's happened to me, and honestly, like I said, I'll just put some bleach over it and it'll go away, or I'll use concealer to cover that part. But the goal is to not get any of the color on the lace. So when I'm applying the color, I brush it in and make sure I fully saturate the hair. You want to make sure you cover everything. You don't want to see any pieces of blonde. Like that's my biggest pet peeve, especially since I'm going to be wearing this wig on vacation. I'm going to be out in the sun. I want to see all of this color. I don't want to see, little highlights of blonde. Oh no, a 50 volume is way too high. Even using a 40 is way too high. I've been doing this a while, so I know I can kind of just like eyeball it, but a 30 volume works just fine. Is there any way to get the color off of the lace? Yes, you can use a little bit of bleach, like hair dyeing bleach, not like Clorox bleach, and some developer, put it on that spot, and then it'll come off. I've tried the watercolor method. I feel as though it doesn't really saturate the hair as much as I would like it to. So I get my color, my developer, my bowl, and my brush, and I just do it this way. But I've done that with like pastel color wigs or like my neon green wig when I need to refresh the color. I'll do the watercolor method. I'm gonna show y'all how I dye the hair that's connected to the lace once I get the rest of this colored. What's the name of the hair dye for the dark hair? It's called L'Oreal High Color. You can get that on Amazon. Sally's always has it in stock, and they have so many different colors. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm going all the way up to the base of that track, making sure I don't get any on the lace, and just brushing downwards. Coloring your own wigs is not hard. Just have to have patience. You want to be thorough, like I said. Is the hair wet? No, the hair is not wet. I mean, it is saturated with the color, but I didn't like wet it down or anything. When I do apply color, I don't, wet the hair down and then put the color on top unless I'm using like the semi-permanents, like the Adore, or Kiss is another one. You want to apply that when it's wet. I mean, or dry, but when you're applying like permanent hair dye, no, you don't want the hair to be wet. I like creating my own specialty color by mixing colors. Yes, I'll do that, but I wasn't in the mood to experiment today. So again, just brush the color on, go back and forth, up and down. Just make sure it's fully saturated. I'll even split it in half. You guys see? So I'll split the section in half and then I'll get in between, especially since I'm working closer to the top. It's very important that I don't see any blonde. Like I want to look like a natural redhead. Do you have to bleach the wig first to color it? Um, it depends. So if I want a more of a vibrant color, let's say I want to do like a ruby red and I have a natural brown wig. If I want it, I can throw that color right on top. It's not going to be as vibrant. It's going to be more so like a tint. But if I did bleach it prior and let it, sit for maybe about 15, 20 minutes to lift the color, it would be more vibrant. So you'll see the color better if you do pre-bleach it. I'm trying to go from black to gray. Um, I would not suggest doing that, simply because you will fry the hair right off of that wig. Doesn't Love Me have like a line of like the salt and pepper wigs? Maybe you can try that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would not suggest trying to go gray or salt and pepper from a natural brown wig or black wig. You'll ruin the integrity of the hair. Well, will gray fry the wig or silver? Yes, because you have to bleach the hair. In order to get that gray or silver color, you have to bleach the hair. And honestly, after you buy all the products to even dye the wig, you might as well just buy it straight out. You might as well just buy the gray or salt and pepper wig. Color is expensive, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, everything is like fully covered. And just like run your fingers through it, run the brush back over it. So I bought 2 boxes of color, and at first I started to just grab one, but I'm like, no, let me get two because I don't want to run out, and I know this hair needs to be fully covered in order for this color to really pop. You're welcome. Yeah, you have to catch every single strand. Like if I'm done and I see a hint of blonde, I'm going to be very annoyed. Again, I'm doing the same thing. It's all repetition. So I'm getting really close to that track. and just bringing it downwards. Lift it up, make sure I get everything in between. When you do dye your wigs at home, make sure you put like a towel on the floor so that way if any color falls, it doesn't stain your floor or stain your carpet, because my salon floor looks a mess. And wear like a robe or a smock or something that you don't mind getting dirty. Yep, garbage bags will definitely work. Is a way to lock the color in. What do you mean by locking it in? So I'm using a permanent color. So I've dyed plenty of wigs. I've never had them fade. I can say the only ones that have faded is like my neon green ones, and that's more so because I'm applying heat to it. So the color starts to fade quicker, but let me know what you mean to keep the color looking rich. Let's say this color started to fade. You could always throw a rinse on top of it to give it like that extra like vibrancy. Oil paper helps. If that happens and you miss some, how do you so can you? If you want ombre, is it just as simple as brushing only the bottom of the hair? Um, Ombre is different. So the easiest way to do it, you would start with the hair and then you would back comb it, and whatever is left out, you'll apply the color on that. That'll give you like an ombre effect. That happens and you miss some, how soon can you reduce it? Um, like if I miss a spot while I'm coloring it, I can just throw the color on top immediately. All right, so I think this section is pretty much covered, but again, I'm just gonna go back over it, make sure I don't get any color on my shoes. Honestly, I'm gonna just take my shoes off. You're welcome. Okay, so I think we're good. If we're not, as it's processing, it'll reveal itself. I'll be able to see. Oh, I can re-dye it immediately. Do you have to use foil? Yes, if you're gonna do like that balayage ombre effect, definitely use the foils. All right, now the fun part. Before we start, I am going to mix up some more color. This is probably like the last of this tube. If you don't want to use a permanent color like I'm using, like with me using the color and the developer, you could always get a direct dye. So I like the brand Kiss. So you don't have to mix up any color and developer. You don't have to do any measuring. You can just put the color in a bowl and then apply it directly to the wig. Okay. Is anybody dyeing their wig as they're watching the class, or everybody's just following along? Oh my God, I love Kiss products. Like their hair color, their flat irons. They have amazing, amazing items. Like even like that lace spray, that right there, and the can is huge for only like what, $9? Yeah. Okay. I- Is anybody going to try to dye their wigs after this class? Ugh, I hate when my eye itches. Can't scratch it. What color y'all gonna do? Okay, so before I start, can everybody see the front of the wig? I'm all set up and ready. I'm going from natural black to medium brown. So Angela, are you going to be using the L'Oreal High Lift? You can grab all the stuff that you need if you're going to dye it tomorrow from Sally's. Okay, so everybody can see. So what I'm using to dye the front, well, to dye the wig where like the lace is at, I'm going to use an edge brush. I'm not going to use my color brush. It's way too big. The bristles are way too dense. So I'm going to take my brush and put it inside the bowl. If you pick up a lot of color, that's fine. So I'm not going to put it right at the lace. I'm going to start right above it and then work my way downwards and just brush it in. I used to use like the spoolie for like the lashes. I used to use that, but I didn't have enough control when I would. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try it with the edge brush. And it's a bonus when the brush also has a comb on the other side. This helps me get like really close to the roots without compromising the lace. And I used to use this method when I wanted to be blonde, but I still wanted dark roots. So I would just dip my edge brush in like a dark brown and then hit the roots with the color. Do you have the same process dyeing natural black to brown with L'Oreal? Yes, it's the same process. Same process. Using the edge brush. Yes. Like I said before, I was using the little spoolie for like the lashes, and I'm like, okay, it's working, but I need a little bit more control. So using the edge brush changed everything. If you don't have one, which I'm pretty sure everybody in this group has an edge brush, I have like 20 in my drawer. If you don't have one, you can still use like the coloring brush, but be very careful and work in sections just to make sure you don't get any color on the lace. You want to do a red, a blue one, and a green wig? I want to see those. Luvme sends us a lot of, yeah. I feel like every wig comes with an edge brush. That's like the norm. So I'm just slicing this section so that way I can work in like a smaller section and not like overwhelm myself. And do the same thing. Just get close to the root, brush the color in. If any hair is in your way, just move it. And I'm not going to use this edge brush to color the entire thing, just to get the roots. Okay, that makes me happy. I'm dyeing blonde hair, but I'm not sure if I want to dye it black or not. So you want to go from blonde to black? Let me know why. Or do you mean like starting with like a black wig? I'm excited to see what this color is going to look like on me because have I? No. I mean, I had a synthetic wig like this for Halloween, but I've never done like this color, this type of like curl pattern. So I'm excited. Thank you so much. If y'all have any questions like after this class, because I know it's a short one, you're more than welcome to message me. I am in the Luvme Facebook group. If you have me on Instagram, you can send me a DM. If you don't have me on Instagram, you can follow me. It's ashleynicole.ceo and just send me a message. I'll answer you. I have no problem with helping y'all out. You will see me alternate between like my color brush and the edge brush. Because like I said, I'm very thorough and I want it to look like I am a natural redhead. So I want to get every little piece of hair. Like even when I used to make wigs like a lot, every single wig I made, I'm like, listen, you got to be thorough. You got to do it right. Like in my head, I was making this wig for Beyonce. So I wouldn't, do a bad job if I was doing a wig for her. So I did the same thing for all of my clients and of course myself. How much of a lift do you think we'll get on a black or brown unit? So what color are you trying to get? Are you going to like bleach it blonde? Are you just going to apply the color directly? How can I keep the color from bleeding onto clothes? I threw on one of like my robes that I put on my clients. Even though like what I'm wearing, I don't mind if it got dirty, but I would rather it didn't. So honestly, just wear an apron, wear an old t-shirt. You can wear a robe. They do have like stylish smocks that you can wear. Much live. What is the best hair color brand to use? Um, I'm not huge on color. I can say I was taught to use Paul Mitchell, so that's what I've always used. I'm not a color specialist. I specialize in extensions, although I will color, wigs, weaves, etc. This is my first time using this brand, which is Chi. If y'all follow me on social media, I'm not a fan of any cheap products simply because I had a bad experience when I was in beauty school. I had one of their flat irons and the plates melted out of the flat iron and almost fell on my client. So ever since then, I swore off every single cheap product. But when I was in Cosmoprof today, I see and I'm like, wow, that color is really pretty. Let's try it out. And also they changed their packaging. Their packaging wasn't like this before. So they kind of like they got me. But this color, I do like it a lot. It mixes very well. I can say with Paul Mitchell, I really have to like blend and blend and blend the color into the developer for me to get a nice creamy consistency. But this one was not like that. I whipped it a couple times and it was already like fully mixed. And then the color, I mean, just look at the color. So they're kind of winning me over just a little bit. Oh, so if you get color on your clothes, you want to wash it immediately. Other than that, I mean, there's a high chance that that shirt or those jeans are just done. Like I do have a few pair of jeans that were like my favorite and they do have color on them. Um, I mean, I'm a hairstylist, so I don't really care, but there's nothing you can do about it. The color is 5C. So it is a medium copper brown. Oh, I haven't used Jasmine in so long. I used that when I was in high school. I used to dye my hair red all the time, but I use Kiss and I haven't had any problems with it. And to be honest with you, if you're looking for like a vibrant like neon color or like one of those like fashion colors, Kiss, in my opinion, is the best way to go. I've used other brands that cost like 4 times the price and they bleed and they don't last and they wash out. It's horrible. Yeah, I love Kiss. Adore is good too, but Kiss is that girl. This is going to be so cute. Like when I grabbed the color, I started to do like a blonde patch, but then I'm like, no, just do all one color. It's the tedious process if you want it. Oh my God, yes. Very tedious. Oh, the dye coming out. Where did it? I can say if you're going to be using like a permanent color, you shouldn't have any problems with it bleeding. I mean, I never have, but if you're using something like Adore, that's always a possibility. But I've dyed my wigs neon green and I didn't have an issue with it bleeding. And it's hot here in Atlanta, and I've never had my color like bleed like onto my forehead or anything like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm just pulling the hair upward so that way I can really get close to the root and not get on the lace. So I'm brushing it in with the brush side of the edge brush, just like dabbing it in, and then I'm going in with the comb and comb it upwards. And yeah, very, very, very tedious process, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it, especially if you're somebody who pays to have their wigs colored. Now you can just like do it yourself. Just set the time aside and just know once you're done, you're gonna have like a really, really pretty wig. That's the tea on how not to mess up my lace. Thanks. Oh, absolutely. I forgot I was live on Instagram. I mean, not that anybody's saying anything. They're probably like, what is she even doing? I don't ever go live. So I'm just pulling the color through. I'm gonna lift it up so y'all can see. See, you can still see that blonde all in there. So I'm gonna go back in with my edge brush and just really hit those roots. And when you are doing this, make sure you secure your wig to the canvas block with the T-pins. You don't want to just put the wig on top, adjust the band, and think it's just going to stay. You need to make sure this wig is not going to move at all whatsoever. I was looking forward to this class like all day. I didn't have anything to do today besides like grab the color. I took my dog to get groomed. And then I'm like, okay, well, I wish we could start the class now. But I was already set up, had everything laid out. Got reddish brown from Luvme and what have done. Yeah, I was just about to say, yes, it's tedious, but it can get messy. So I have like a roller cart that I use. It has dye all over it right now. It's easy to clean off because it's made for like salons, but it can be a very messy situation. So if you are going to do this at home, make sure you prepare. Someone said use trash bags. I love that. Put trash bags on the floor, put on your counter, in your bathroom, wherever you're going to be working. Make sure you have it protected because we don't want to ruin our furniture, our sinks, any of that stuff. Right, so we're making a lot of progress. We're almost done. My wig is stuck to my pins. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go in with my edge brush again. And before I split this section in half, I'm gonna just do the entire perimeter. So everything around. So dab it on with the brush and then just comb it through. Can you guys see? Since it's permanent dye, it doesn't matter how long it takes to get through the entire unit. Will one half be darker than the other? No, it will not. I'm using a 10 volume, so it's just going to be depositing the color. I believe this one is 20 or 25 minutes. So it does have to sit. Be patient. You don't want to wash it out too soon. Because then, yeah, it will be lighter in some sections that haven't fully processed. So I'm just pulling the hair upwards so that way I can really get close to that strand. Make sure I don't get no dye on my lace. I wouldn't be too mad if I got like dye on like this section because I do plan on just doing like a middle part or kind of like that flip over look. This is gonna be my vacation wig for sure. See, I can see a little bit of this track doesn't have any dye on it, so I'm just go in because I don't want to see that. Is it okay to go right back in with more color if you shampoo and see uncolored spots? I mean, you could, but I wouldn't do it if the hair is wet. Honestly, if I do miss any spots, I do have a bottle of either Kiss or Adore that's actually the same color. So I would just throw that right on top while it's still wet and then rinse it out. Oh my God, yes. My hair was red for like maybe like 4 years, and that was the best time of my life. And I mean like red, red. Like remember when Rihanna did like that red, like fire engine red? Yeah, it's a good time for sure. Yes, the loud era. All right, so still have more in here. As you can see, all of this needs to be colored and a little bit on this side too. And then once I get these two sections, then I can go in with like my big color brush and then just take a bigger section and get this done. So like this right here. See the end results. Honestly, for the part two, I'm gonna just stay live on my Instagram because I do want to install it and see how it looks. So just follow me and I'll just go live. Like I'll stay live on my Instagram. It won't take long to dry it since it is curly. I'll just like diffuse it. I'm excited too. I like tedious work, so for me, I am thoroughly enjoying this. Like I wish I had those glasses that kind of like have like magnifying glasses attached to them so I can like really zoom in and see, but I'm enjoying this very much. I do want to get closer on this one. This side. My Instagram is ashleynicole.ceo. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, anybody have any questions? So I think we're getting close. Yeah, it's 8:45. I do nails sometimes. Oh my God, I used to do nails and I enjoyed it so much. Y'all want me to just stay live like on the Zoom so that way y'all can see like the finished product? Because I don't have anything to do. Okay. Not much longer as far as like the coloring goes. I'm so happy I got two boxes and not one. Because at first I started to just get one, but I'm like, no, 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 no. I'd rather have more than need more halfway through. Exactly. But low key, like I said, I do have this color like in my drawer. So if I did run out, I do have some. But yeah, it's always good to have more than to need more. And you're just like, how am I going to get this done? But I mean, being a hairstylist, I tend to just figure things out, especially when my clients come in and they have something that was not expected. You just got to figure things out. Yeah, never get one. What would happen to their hair if you left the dye on longer than the processing time? If it was bleach, it would start to eat away at the hair, but honestly, after a while, the color stops processing, so you'll be fine. All right, I am gonna have to mix up some more color. Let me just use the last bit of this. Yay! I got an extra hour with y'all. We're almost done with the coloring part. If y'all still have questions, like I said, you can definitely send me a message on Instagram or send me a message in the Facebook group or tag me. But I'm always down to answer any questions. I'd rather y'all ask instead of like just trying to do something and then you ruin your wig. We don't want that. We love our lovely wigs. We don't want to ruin them. They are investments. So if you don't know, just ask. Okay, mix this up. I'm gonna show y'all how, hopefully you can see, but this color mixes very easily. It's not lumpy or like clumpy or anything like that. I'm not gonna tilt it too much. I don't want it to get on my computer, but it mixes very easily and I can appreciate that. Of course. So this ratio is a 1-to-1. Whatever dye you get, it'll always say it on the box. Pretty much all of them are 1-to-1 ratios. So if you have 3 ounces of color, you'll need 3 ounces of developer, like in your bowl. Does anybody plan on switching up their color for the spring and summer? Like, do y'all go lighter? Do you stay like black or like red? What's your vibe for the summer? It is mine. It's the same. Honestly, if you're going to be coloring kinky curly hair, I would say wash and blow dry it. So that way you can really saturate the hair in full, and I feel like you'll have more control instead of doing it while it's curly. Come on, highlight ombre wigs. Yeah, I feel like in the summer, everybody wants to go lighter or some type of like pop of color. If my hair isn't jet black, then it's neon green. So I'm like polar opposites. All right, so just a little bit more at the roots, and then I think I'll be satisfied. And it still has to process, so we're gonna let it sit for 20 minutes because I pretty much did the ends already. We can wash her out, dry her a little bit, and put it on because it is glueless, so I won't be gluing her down. Question for the ladies who love my legs. Wait, question for the ladies who love light wigs. What do y'all do with your edges? Mine hang out of the wig all the time because they like to hold yes with my eyebrows. Do you have like a lower hairline? Yep, it's a 6.3 water wave, and I believe it's 22 inches. Yes, but just on the sides. Hmm. I would have to see it. Honestly, I don't know if you guys follow Nisi. I'm pretty sure she's in the Facebook group, but I know she helped me out when it came to like the low hairline installs. So she showed me a technique. I would reach out to her and see if she can like film something or like send you like a video that she has like on her Instagram. That way you can see how to like conceal your edges or like if you have a lower hairline too. Okay. There's just a few hairs in the front. Other than that, I think we are good. This color is so pretty. Will anybody try this color? I didn't expect to like it as much as I do. I think we got coverage in all these areas. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I do have some like extra color, so it never hurts to be super thorough. So I don't want any of the color to go to waste. I'm gonna just go over my sections with the extra color that I have left over. And as I'm going back through, I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss any like big spots, and I definitely did. Oh my God, yes. If they offer this red, we're all gonna be walking around with red hair. Most color I've ever done was honey blonde highlights or ombre. Try some color. Try like a nice burgundy. And if you don't like it, take it off. Dye it black, dye it brown. Where do you purchase the cheek color? I got it from the pro store this morning. I did check on Amazon. Amazon does have cheek color. I'm not sure if they have like every single color. But if you Google it, ooh, if you Google it, I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere online. But I mean, the I get it from the pro store. You could always use a different brand too. I mean, you can use Paul Mitchell. Wella is a very popular one when it comes to like clients kind of like doing like a DIY thing because they have it at Sally's. I've used Wella. I can say their color isn't as vibrant as I would like it to be. Their toners are good. I'll use that for like my blondes. But as far as like their colors, like their reds, I don't this is really nice. I'm thoroughly impressed. And like I said, I don't care for cheap, but the color is amazing so far. Okay. I think we're good. Let me know if y'all see any spots. Yeah, because like if they do put out a color and it's not everybody's cup of tea, then it's like, a waste. But that's why they have the 613. You can just dye it yourself. Thank you. I'm loving the color. I'm just hoping that I love it on me. I'm pretty sure I will. I mean, I've had red hair before, just never this color. It's like an auburn. It's very pretty. It reminds me of like the fall. Right? It's like I did that. I accomplished something. I did it myself. It came out better than expected. So I'm just pulling the color through, moving everything around to see if I miss anything, if I want to go over anything. All right, so I would say about 9:20, I'll wash it out. Thank you so much. Did I miss anybody's questions? Does anybody have any questions aside from hair coloring? Remember to pull the color through too. Make sure everything is like fully saturated. And I feel like everything is covered, even the roots. And if I feel like I miss anything like in the root area, when I do wash it out, when I tint the lace, you won't be able to see that blonde. I hope I have my lace tint here too. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh my God, I can't wait to see it like when it's washed out with like the curl. Now let's talk about topics for your next Zoom class while we wait for the color to do its thing. I mean, I'm open to it. I remember my first Zoom class, I was so nervous, like I was freaking out. And then I start and I'm like, okay, like everybody's nice. Everybody's here to learn. I'm doing a good job. And again, everybody's nice. But I would love to come back. Just let me know what type of like topics y'all want. So I feel like we've covered a lot. Um, what did you say in the beginning about Kiss Dye? I love Kiss Dye. I love Kiss products in general. But I love their dye. I was saying like my hair is usually jet black or neon green. And if you see me with neon green hair, I use Kiss colors. I've used professional brands when it comes to like those fashion colors, and they do not hold up. After one wash, it'll turn into like a murky, nasty, like sewage green. Kiss colors is not like that. I don't have an issue with it running. Like, I've gotten caught in the rain. My color didn't run on like my clothes. Like it lasts, it's vibrant, it's very inexpensive, and it's accessible everywhere. So I love Kiss colors. Um, I also use their jet black rinses too. I do relax my hair, so when I do relax it, I want it to still be jet black, so I use the Kiss rinse. But Kiss has amazing colors. It's a great brand. If you do want to use that to dye your wigs, go for it. Only thing I can say is that if the wig is a natural brown, it's not going to it's not going to lift the color. So let's say you have a bottle of like auburn dye and your wig is a natural dark brown, you're going to see a very small tint of that color. It's not going to be vibrant at all whatsoever. You will have to bleach that hair in order for you to get that color. But Kiss colors, love them. What do you use to tint your lace? What do I have in here? Um, Honestly, I think it's Evan. Um, Everybody knows my feelings with that brand, but I'm not going to throw away my product because I did pay money for it. But I'm pretty sure it's Ebin. If it's not Ebin, then it's Kiss, possibly. But I want to say it's Ebin tint, like mousse or spray. If I wanted to make my blonde highlights, if I wanted to make my blonde highlights on my unit a darker color, like chocolate highlights, what should I do? Just get a, so it depends. So you can use a level 4 I would say a level 4 or a level 6 when it comes to like the chocolate brown color. And then just put it directly over the blonde pieces. That's if you're using like a permanent dye. If you want to use like the semi-permanent, which is like the Kiss or Adore, put it in the bowl and the same thing, just put it over those blonde highlights. I was super nervous. So I'm glad they kept bringing you back. I was so jealous of Lay's. I know. Where are you? Are you in Atlanta or are you somewhere else? That event was so much fun. By the end, I was beat. The Kiss rents, honestly, my wig is still a very vibrant neon green, so it lasts. It lasts, especially on like the human hair wigs, they last. So until you want to like bleach it out or put a color over it. Level 4, 6 of the no level 4 or level 6 as in the brown. So send me a message on Instagram and I'll send you over like a color chart and then I can direct you from there. Philly. Oh, you're in Philly? Okay. Okay. I'm actually going to be in Philly the following weekend. I have clients booked and I have family that stay in PA. They're outside of the city, but I miss Philly so much. Like, I just want to go there, take my clients and eat, get some food, catch a good vibe. But I love Philly. So, as far as like my next Zoom class, what topics would y'all want? Because I know we've gone over like installing and styling and coloring. So, what would you want to see next? I was in New York. What is this? April and March. When I was in New York, I'm like, I love New York. I love the city. I'm from Jersey, so I will always get on the train to go to New York. But being there, I'm like, it is so expensive. Like, it is so expensive. I just can't. But I mean, I don't know when I'll be in New York again. Probably like August. Okay. Okay, so I'll be in Philly. So I didn't want to say anything, but she said it. So I'll be in Philly. We are having another event. So if you are in Philly, just stay tuned. I'm a newbie, so everything. Loaded question. Ask away, girl. Styling and cutting bangs. Listen, I've been doing hair for a very long time. My clients ask me, cut me some bangs, and I always say no. I'm not that girl. I don't cut bangs. I'll do my own, but doing somebody else's is just a no. Yeah, New York is expensive. Love the city. Love the city, but it's a very expensive. Like a Uber cost me like $60 and I wasn't even going that far. I'm going to end of June for Pride. As long as I've lived up north, I have never gone to New York City Pride. I'm in Atlanta now, so I feel like Pride is like every month. There's always a Pride event. Um, but I need to check that out. I have missed because I'm fairly new to the Zoom classes, but I would love a session on how to properly cut a frontal and install. Okay. Because I last time I installed, I think like a 5x5 like closure wig, but I can definitely do a frontal install. Cutting your own bangs is brave. Yeah, if you're in town, you definitely got to come by. Styling and cutting into a style. What type of style? Like a bob, layers, achieving this pixie look. Okay. Come to see, that's what I mean. Pride is every single month out here. It's hard to keep up. Yeah, it's every month. Because my friends hit me up like, oh, I'm like, again? Layers. It seems like everybody wants layers and like cutting. As far as like pixie cutting, I used to cut my own hair when I was younger, maybe like early 20s. I actually found a stylist here in Atlanta. She specializes in pixie cuts, so she cut my hair. Um, but we can always do that. I feel like Love Me has a pixie wig, but with all pixie wigs, you still have to like cut it and frame it like to your own face and like your own style. When receiving a unit, how soon should it be washed and what product? Gray hair, wavy hair, how to roll? I mean, you can wash it as soon as you receive it. I don't recall washing any of my Love Me wigs. Honestly, I've taken it right out of the box and put it on my head. Um, the first wig that I got from Love Me, I had a sewing in my hair. I took it out. As soon as I took that wig out the box, I took my sewing out and I put the wig on. So you can wash it as soon as you receive it. Now, if you're talking about how soon should you wash it after wearing it, it depends on like what products you've been using. So if you have like a lot of buildup or hairspray oils, you definitely want to wash it. And then just like let it air dry. Okay, so it's a huge event that you have. Oh Lord, it's gonna be so much traffic. In-depth class and cutting layers because Nisa did touch a bit on it previously. Okay, so we can do that again. And I know layers are in. Everybody's loving like that really big, like feathered look. So we can do that too. Maybe just like cutting and styling. I used to go to Florida probably like every 3 months. But a Love Me event in Florida would be so much fun. I don't know, something about Florida and like the weather, the beach, the palm trees, like it just creates a whole vibe. So listen, I'm always down to fly out. I'll fly out anytime, anywhere. I don't really care. Just let me know what time I need to be at the airport. Did Love Me have an event in Chicago? I've been to Chicago one time and I loved it. Like the pizza, I thought it was all hype, but the pizza is so good. The food is good. And curtain bangs, I tried to cut some of my wig and didn't butcher it, but also can't really see where the wigs, I think I did it wrong. Okay, we can do that too. I was hoping they'd come to Houston, Texas. No, and one of my friends actually I don't want to say she was a vendor, but she was working with a lash company there, and I could have did that today. How was it? If you went, how was it? I knew that's what it was. Excuse me. I love Atlanta. There's always events going on, like big events too. Came in April. Are you going tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Sunday? Maybe I'll pop up. I'm gonna see if she's still working the event because it's at the Georgia World Congress Center or something like that. I did a class at the Black Beauty Expo or the Black Beauty Expo a month or so ago. Y'all see me? I'm still applying color because I just see little spots. I'm like, oh no. And I do see where like I did get some of the color on the lace. I'm not mad at it because like I said, I plan on just doing like a middle part or like kind of just like flipped over like a messy look. West Coast would be awesome. Ooh, I would love to do Washington. I just want to go to Seattle for coffee. A lot of New Yorkers have relocated to Atlanta. Yeah, a lot of New Yorkers, Jersey, but a lot of people from New York. Does Love Me ever have events in Southern California? Listen, we can go to Cali. Does it rain a lot there? All right, I'm gonna wash this out in like 3 minutes. Can I color my shoes? I've been thinking about moving to Atlanta. I love it here. I've been here for a little over a year and I love it. I started coming to Atlanta during the pandemic. As soon as I got off that plane, I knew I was going to move. So it took me about 3 years to actually move here. I had to get something situated at home. But I love it here. So many opportunities, so much food, so many events. Like it's always something to do. Oh, shit, but have you ever been to Nebraska? I've never been to Nebraska. All right, so I'm about to wash this out. Now, when you are washing out your wigs, like after you dye them, you always want to use cool water. You don't need to use like super hot water. That will cause the color to run unnecessarily. But definitely use like cool water. And I'm gonna fully rinse it out before I start to like shampoo it. Yeah, Atlanta is great for networking. Like since like being here, I've connected with so many different people, friends, like the opportunity with Luvme. I don't think I would have had that being anywhere else. Like, you just have access to so much being here. Oh my God. See, that's what I mean. There's always something to do in Atlanta and Georgia in general. Like you can't save money living here at all. But I'm definitely a foodie. I'm gonna let my girl know because she's a foodie too. Where is that? I know obviously it's in Marietta, but is it at like a location? Okay. So my computer is dying. I don't think I got my charger. So let me go and I think it's somewhere 20%, 10%. If my computer dies, I'll log back in through my iPhone. But I'm gonna go and rinse this wig out and then I'll be right back. Do let the wig hack dry with the dye or clean it. I just leave it. I know some girls they'll put like a plastic bag over or like saran wrap. Honestly, it doesn't make a difference to me to have dye on it, so I just leave it. All these events. Next week I'll be on vacation, but if I wasn't, I would definitely go to that because I think that's like super close to me. All right, so let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go wash her out and then I'll be right back. Again, if my computer dies, I'll just log back in through my iPhone. Hey, Nisi. All right, I'm gonna close this out so that way this doesn't die either. All right, I'll be right back. Should grab a towel. As far as the shampoo, I am going to be using this. This is the silicone shampoo, just because I feel like it's already blonde hair, so it needs like a little bit of extra love. Okay, so it didn't die. I'm back. My station is a mess. But this is the wig. Now, before I put my wig back on, I know somebody asked, like, do you clean it? I am actually gonna wipe it off before I put my wig back on it. Yes, I'm loving the color. Oh, yeah. I might put it on while it's still like damp, but before I do that, I want to detangle her first. Oh, I can't even see where the lace is at. It's a good thing. Yeah, the waves look really good. Very natural, not too curly, but definitely not straight. All right, I'm gonna grab another towel. So I'm gonna just spray a little bit of leave-in conditioner. And when you detangle, you always want to use a wide tooth comb. Yeah, the color is super pretty. Let's just hope I like it like on. So I did wash it with that silicone mix, and it's super soft. Right? The color looks so good. And the hair quality feels really nice too. You will get some shedding. Shedding is completely normal. Some people think like, oh, well, my wig is shedding. That's not good. Like your natural hair sheds. So of course a wig is going to shed too. It shouldn't shed to the point where you have like patches missing in the lace, but the hair will shed, especially when it's curly. So this is what I lost, which is not a lot. Again, if you experience shedding, especially with a curly wig, don't be alarmed. It's perfectly normal. These wigs are super full. You're not going to miss like 10 hairs. You'll be fine. This is going to be so cute. I love the way this smells. The Love Me hair perfume. before I forget, I'm actually going to log in to the Zoom from my iPhone because this phone, well, the computer's on 5%. So let me just do that on my end. Join, open. All right, I'm just waiting for, oh, I think I can admit myself.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so oops. Can you guys see me? When you washed out the unit, did you do it in a downward motion? What do you mean? So I put it inside of the wash bowl and I just rinse the wig from top to bottom. And yeah, I pull the product through. I don't go in and just kind of just like not the wig. I pull the product through, but let me know exactly what you mean. Can you guys see the wig? Okay, not too much. Okay, that's better. Okay. I'm gonna spray a little bit more of the hair perfume because, like I said, I love the way that it smells. And just dry it with my blow dryer. It is a little bit loud, so you might want to turn down your volume. In a sense, from top to bottom, meaning from the crown to the ends. I kind of just rinsed it out. But like I said, when I do put any type of product like the shampoo in the hair, I did pull it down from root to ends. Yes. Color shows up even more. Yeah. I feel like the computer was kind of, it was like the angle of the computer. You couldn't really see too much. But yeah, the color looks really good. It's giving cinnamon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At first, I'm like, is it too orangey? I'm like, no, it's perfect. Yeah, I'm going to Jamaica, so I'm like, this is gonna be perfect for like the beach. It's definitely gonna give like island vibe. I'm not going for Carnival. My client asked me. She said that was going on in like Kingston, and I believe when I do go, Carnival is going to be over. I'm not sure, but if there's any type of like Carnival events going on and it's in my area, I'm definitely gonna go. It's giving Mary J. Blige Monet from Ghost. I didn't watch Power. When you typically let the hair air dry opposed to blow dry, assuming for the purpose. Right. So I'm doing it just for the class. I would just let it air dry, especially since like I want the curls to be nice and like defined. Honestly, after the class, I probably wet it back down, put a little bit of like product in it, and just let it air dry. But yes, for the class, I am doing just like a quick dry, nothing too crazy. I just want to make sure like the cap is actually dry. I was using a dry with the cap pajama wigs. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I have a dryer over here, but it gets really, really hot. I don't need it to be like super dry because, like I said, I am just gonna let it back down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you air dry it, the curls just stay intact. They're really pretty, and then like you can pull them apart as you need to. When I first got the wig, I thought I was gonna have to like sew like another track in there because I like really big full hair. But this is really full, especially if I choose to like cut a little bit of like layers in there. Right. Let me make sure I have my lace tint. My station is a mess. I don't know if y'all can see, but the station is a hot mess. Okay, and I do lace tint. Out. And do I have this blue? I don't think I do. So this is the lace tint that I have. It is the Evan one, like I said. And I never thought that the wig needs the same care as our natural hair does. It definitely does, if not probably more, because our hair is still attached to like our scalp, so it's still getting like that energy, I mean, that energy, the nutrients that it needs, opposed to a wig is not connected to any type of like protein source, so it needs even more like TLC. So we do have a few markings with the color. Nothing that's gonna like take away from the styling. Am I still in frame? Can you guys still see? Hey, Lee. Thank you. First, I'm like, is it even frame? If you're trying to learn how to like wear wigs, honestly, like I tell all my clients, get a Luvme wig. Um, It's the easiest to put on, to take off, to manage. Honestly, you don't have to do anything to it. Just take it out of the box and then just like put it on your head. If you can wear a hat, you can wear a Love Me wig. It's really that easy. There are little things that you have to tweak on them, but that is just preference. So, for example, like tinting the lace. Some people don't. I always suggest it. It's very easy to do. But as far as like actually putting on a wig, Love Me's wigs are the easiest to put on. You don't have to do anything to it. I mean, this one I do have to cut the lace. I just noticed that. But pretty much all of their wigs come pre-cut or like they have the option to have them pre-cut. Okay. I don't have to braid down my hair because I cut it all off. So I am going to put on my wig cap. I might need to mold it down. It's kind of like lumpy, but we'll make do. Yep, you can straighten the curly wigs. I remember when wearing wigs was really like taboo and very hush hush. Nobody wanted anyone to know that they were wearing a wig. You would never catch a woman applying a wig online in front of, I don't know how many people are in here. But now everybody's just so comfortable. I don't even care. I would take a wig off in the middle of the street if I'm too hot. Okay? I do not care. If I'm hot or if my scalp itches, it does not matter to me. This wig is coming off. You'll know the truth. I sprayed the lace tint on the wig cap. Right. I mean, even for a while, weaves weren't even okay. Now, like we don't care. It is what it is. Right. Everything old is new again. Absolutely. My mom wore weaves. My aunts, like, I still do my aunt's sewing. So, yeah. All right. Moment of truth. I'm going to put the wig on. So I'm like, Lord, let's see. I hope it's giving like I'm outside tonight and not I'm about to go sit down somewhere. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad. I do need to slick my hair down though. So that way it lays flatter. But other than that, a little bit of hold on, I'm gonna let y'all see. Okay. Can y'all see? How do y'all feel? How do I look? Keep it all the way 100 with me, please. I didn't cut the lace off. I have like my mini scissors at home, so I don't want to cut it with like my hair cutting shears. I'm not doing that. I had someone toxic about a wig of mine while she had braid hair. See my so okay, she needs to mind her business, right? It's giving island vibe. I'm ready to go on vacation like now. So I am loving the color. Honestly, I might like it's called rooting the wig, so I might add like dark roots throughout the lace. Just because I've never worn this color before, and I'm kind of just like I like it, but I think I want like darker roots. It's giving Rihanna vibes. Don't say that, cause don't say that. Don't gas me up. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love the color, but I think I just want, I don't know. Maybe I just need to, maybe I need to cut my lace, but it looks really good. It's definitely giving vacation in island. Yeah, just like not black, but like a really dark brown. Just a little bit, like a little, honestly, let me see what it'll look like. Because I have this spray. So let's see. Before I say like, yeah, I need to dye it, let's see how it'll look. So what I'm about to do is take my comb and place it right where the part is at. And then I'm gonna spray this over the area where I want the dark roots. So if you guys can still see me in the mirror, that's what I'm about to do. Yeah, I just needed dark roots. Mhm. Y'all can see like the effect that I'm going for, right? I'm gonna go back in and get some more of like that dark brown in the front. Stop. I love me some Rihanna, okay? Yeah, I love the dark roots. So honestly, I might not have to dye it. That spray worked perfectly fine. And then I can top it off with like a finishing spray. That way it holds. I've done this before and I never had it like run or anything like that. What do you? So I like it. I love it. It looks super good. Now I feel like I need to go outside, but I'm gonna stay in the house because outside costs too much money. What was the spray? Does it come in colors? Yes. So it comes in, oh, that's not even the lid for it. It comes in all different colors. So it's called High Beams. Thank you so much. So it comes in dark brown, black. This is the brown black. I will only suggest getting black if your hair is black, like the wig is actually black. But the dark brown does the trick. Yeah, I love it. I'm happy I chose this color. I'm happy I chose this brand. The color alone probably turned me back into a believer for Chi, but we'll see. But the color is really nice. It's very vibrant. Um, I've used other brands with this same color for like different wigs, and it wasn't as vibrant at all. Like, and it was actually pretty dull. So this color has like a shine to it. Yeah, it's very pretty. It does have a lot of dimension in it. I'm not mad at that. I don't like for a color to be like flat. Yeah, it looks good. Do you guys have any questions before we dip out? Do a flip over. Let's see. Hold on. Ooh, this is my side. I'm gonna cut some layers into it. Now it's giving Rihanna. It's given that cover that she did with Vogue. It's given that. The aftercare, what do we do? As far as aftercare, honestly, do the same thing you're already doing with your wigs as far as like the maintenance, washing. You definitely want to condition your hair after a color service or after like you dye the wig. You definitely want to condition it so that way the hair doesn't get like brittle. Um, but yeah, maintenance is pretty much the same. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, just raise your hand and they'll unmute you so that way you can just ask the question directly and we can talk. Oh, I love the color. Yeah, I'm gonna cut a little bit of layers to it, and like once it dries, it's gonna get really nice and like more volume. Thank you so much. I might add some shells in there. I'm ready for vacation. Oh, definitely posting pictures. Probably a lot of food, but I'll definitely post some pictures with the wig on. Does anybody have this texture at home? What products do you use in it to like really define the curls? Because I have the Luvme mousse, so is that what you guys are using? Yes, I love a good meal. Right? Little Mermaid for sure. Maybe bow and thread.
Hi.
Hey,
So when you're gonna cut, sorry, the kids in the background, but when you cut it in layers, are you gonna use a diffuser? Because sometimes when I do the curls, I love water wave.
hmm
But I usually do with a Jerry curl. Can you do the diffuser with the water wave as well when you put in layers, and it'll be like it gives it a more defined look?
So I am gonna do kind of like the curly cut, and then I have to buy like a diffuser, like the attachment, but I am gonna diffuse it. That way, it gets more like volume at the roots, and it's not like
Right.
flat. Because I like big hair.
Yeah, me too.
I like if I could sew in like two bundles in here, I'll be good.
Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously you can see,
See, I
right?
like that. I love fullness
Uh-huh.
like that. So I'm like, with it being wet, I think that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. But when it
Hmm.
dries, it is gonna have more volume. Yeah, and then I'll be in love with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the dry look, I mean the wet look gives it like a wet dog look, but I like that big
Right.
poofy nice curl texture because water wave is a very, very pretty texture. So,
Yes,
but you did a
I
good
agree.
job.
Thank
Did
you
you
so
know that it
much.
was gonna look orange a little bit? Because it's giving a little orange, it's giving a little 99 J, it's giving a little
Right.
red.
It's giving orange. It's giving like Auburn. It's
I
giving what it
know.
needs to. It's giving I need to go on vacation tomorrow. I need to
Right.
leave tomorrow.
You did a good job. Thank you. You're very
So
teachable
much.
too. So thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right.
Who else has questions? Condition, Love Me, oil, and water. Thank you. I love the middle part with the dark blue. Yeah, me too. I love it. I think that's what I was missing. That along with it needs to dry so that way it gets more volume and then cut a little bit of layers into it. Thank you, Bridget. I really appreciate it. Again, if y'all have any questions, just like send me a DM or like write it in like the Love Me group and I'll answer your question. I'd rather you guys ask me opposed to like you just trying it out and then you like kind of like mess up your wig. We don't want that.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. These wigs are investments. We want to keep them as long as we can. Any more questions?
Bye.
I'll probably wear it outside just like this. I don't care if the lace is still attached. People come out of business. Thank
Hi,
you.
Ashley.
Have a good night. Anybody else? Any other questions?
I just have a quick question. This is
Yes.
Denise in New York. I wondered because for some reason Love Me doesn't make frontals with their 613s. So what do you suggest like for the side? Because when you move, then you can see your dark hair.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you
Let me see. I mean, honestly, I threw the cap right on top of my hair without brushing it back. So I feel like if I flicked
okay.
it back, the cap is
It
big
would
enough
be
to cover
okay.
all of this. But with
Got
it
it.
being like, I think this is like a 5x5 like lip.
Right.
Regardless, if the wind was to blow, you could be exposed. So
Exactly.
hold her down, or just
Yeah.
like kind of like tuck it behind the ears. But hopefully they do
Okay.
come out with like the full frontals for the 613 because I would be interested in that. I like from
Cover
ear
up.
to ear if I'm going to do like a
Yeah.
color like this. But yeah, we just have to improvise.
Okay. But yeah, we all love it. It looks great.
Thank you.
You did a
Have a
really
good
good
night.
job. Thanks.
Any more questions? I was supposed to be home at 9:30. My dog is probably wondering where I'm at. Yep, with the lace attached, like I said, they come out in business. I'm going home. No? No more questions? It's past my bedtime. You're very welcome. I know he got a haircut today too, so we both looking brand new. Yeah, typically Love Me will post a recording afterwards in like the Love Me Facebook group. And if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. It's ashleynicole.ceo. Have a good weekend. You're welcome, Angela. You're welcome. Bye. Bye, Lee. Have a good night, y'all.